Hey everybody, MorbTron here. If you're like me, you enjoy using fusion rifles in the Crucible. And unfortunately, for fusion rifle users, we are losing a lot of weapons due to sunsetting going into next season, which is Year 4, Season 12, Beyond Light, whatever you want to call it. We're losing a lot of good legendary fusions to sunsetting. This one is basically our only glimmer of hope going into next season, and hopefully we'll have better options once next season drops. But this is the Elatha FR4. The only way to get your hands on one of these, unfortunately, is the World Loot Pool. So you can get it from a random Legendary Engram off the ground, or you can turn in tokens now, either at Zavala or at Shaxx, or even Banshee, to get your hands on one of these, but good luck. It took me about 4,000 to 5,000 token turn-ins to get this roll, and this roll is not even that good. But the one thing that I will say about the Elatha, you need firmly planted to make this fusion rifle usable. As far as the masterwork goes, I would recommend either range or stability, and a projection fuse for the battery to increase range. Now, unfortunately, I have surrounded as my other trait that this fusion rifle has, which is awful in the Crucible, because by the time that you have surrounded procced, you're going to die, because you're surrounded by enemies, basically. So, unless you're in a just team versus team just brawl, and everybody is around everybody else, you're probably going to die if surrounded procs. And as far as optics go in fusion rifles, they don't really matter. Use whatever optics you like. Optics got nerfed on fusion rifles quite harshly a couple of seasons ago because of the air until. I prefer medium zoom scopes on fusions, but this one just doesn't have one of those and has a really annoying Spark PS sight as the other option, so I went with the long zoom scope on this one. But let's take a look at its fusion bolt spread pattern. Now, like any fusion rifle, you're going to want the counterbalance stock mod in it just to make that recoil direction a little bit better, because without it it's like 66, and with it it's 77, which still isn't great, but it's better. Now 77 is up and to the right, so you'd think this thing would go up and to the right. And most of the time, it doesn't. It just goes wherever it feels like it. That was up and to the left. Sometimes it's up and to the right. Sometimes it's completely vertical like that. Didn't even rehearse that. That worked out beautifully. But with firmly planted, when I'm crouched down, it is very controllable, very easy to use. Now let's compare it to my personal God Roll Air Until that I have, which has more range, more handling, more stability, and faster reload. Now let's take a look at its perks, traits, and so forth. We have Tap the Trigger, Snapshot Sights, Particle Repeater for increased stability, a Range Masterwork, and a medium zoom scope with counterbalance stock mod on it. Now notice how this Air Until does not have firmly planted. Its recoil pattern is incredibly controllable, almost like the Elatha, with firmly planted. So basically what I'm trying to get across here is you really need firmly planted on this weapon for it to be even usable. But let's hop into the Crucible now. But before we do that, I just want to say, hit the like button for me. I'd appreciate it. YouTube's algorithms now have shifted to where they don't really help out small channels at all. So I would appreciate the support and all that shenanigans. But let's hop into the Crucible. Alright, so we're on Javelin 4 here doing some control action. Alright, traded, I guess, that's fine. It's been a hell of a night trying to get this here video recorded. Been going at it for a couple hours now. I keep getting, well, my connection, I reset my modem and stuff. My connection's been pretty poop-tacular up until this point, but it seems okay now, so maybe I'll get a good match. Possibly, hopefully. Just took down assistant to the regional manager. No. Don't want to crouch too early. Come on. Oh, okay, yep, no, that guy baited me. He baited the hell out of me. That's fine though. Let's go, man. Come on, move. Move your butt. But yeah, this fusion it's pretty decent, I gotta say. It's not. Oh, okay. Yep, that happened. That was a Suros regime, and that's also the same Suros regime as I'm spawning in. So that's pretty cool. Glad I was given this opportunity to die twice to the same person. That's neat. Oh god, that's neat. You know, it's pretty cool. Got a 2-for-1. That's a fusion rifle for you. But anyway, as I was saying, like, oh geez. This fusion rifle, it's very decent. I wish I had a better roll on it. You know, it's pretty close. It's got surrounded, which is completely useless in the Crucible, unless you are totally boned. But it's holding its own. I gotta say, it's holding its own. Now, what I will say is that, you know, the fusion rifle range... Oh, jeez, that hurts. That hurts a lot. Fusion rifle range, you know, did get neutered, of course, because, you know, air until one fusion rifle is broken. So let's go ahead and just nerf all of them into the ground. Hi, how you doing? You missed, so you die. Yeah, so, I mean, we've got that hill to overcome, that mountaintop to overcome. Hello, you are dead. I'm screwed. Yep. Wasn't reloaded. Wish I was. But the match is pretty close here. We can still turn this around. But yeah, anyway, as I was saying, before I get completely melted by the same Suros regime guy, yeah, good times. Good times, great oldies. That guy probably meant to put down a bubble. Man, I'm all over the place, and I apologize. It's just tonight has been, well, just all over the place. So that's kind of where I sit with that. Hello, how you doing? I'm gonna. That's just that tether. Oh, another twofer. Anyway, so as I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by hunters and other things of the like. This fusion rifle does have a big mountain to climb because of like range of fusion rifles just not being what it used to. But it does its job. You know, it's got a completely wasted trait slot in Surrounded. But it still does okay. Let's not wander into the whole enemy team just quite yet. You gained the lead. Got him. Let's reload the... I didn't get the ammo for the... Okay, the fusion rifle ammo went off the map. Ow. I might be dead. I'm dead. To an Axiom Bolt. That's fine, though. We are in the lead now. Man, this match is all over the place. So if this thing had a range masterwork and had a secondary trait that wasn't a complete waste trait slot... Oh, yep. Gnawing Hunger from behind. It'd be damn good, I gotta say. The only bad thing about this fusion rifle is its intrinsic stability is pretty bad. Its recoil pattern is pretty awful, leaves a lot to be desired. And you just can't compete with Gnawing Hunger right now as a primary. You just can't. It's the best thing in the game. There you go. I mean, if they're not looking at you, then whatever. Hi, you had your chance. You missed. Yeah, that didn't really work out for you, did it? But, yeah, there we go. Yeah, I wish I had a better one, but I literally spent thousands of tokens on this one, and it's only mediocre as far as the roll goes. It's got some stuff going for it, but other stuff it doesn't have going for it. And then you just get punched. There we go. So there it can hold its own. As you saw there, it can hold its own. It just kind of struggles with this range because you got shotguns, like the easiest god roll in the world to farm for. Not really farm for, just get handed to you in the Liar's Handshake. Which, unfortunately you can't get anymore, or maybe fortunately. Maybe it's fortunate that you only were able to get a free god roll shotgun, and you can't get it anymore. Hi, I was right here. You didn't even look at me. That's the kind of enemy that you like to get, I guess. I'm gonna go this way now. Yeah. Good fusion rifle. I'm gonna keep farming. You really can't farm specifically for this weapon, but I'm gonna keep hunting for a good one. How? See, it does things like that sometimes, where it's just the fusion bolts go off into Narnia land, and there's nothing you can do about it. I'm just gonna throw a hammer at you, and I'm gonna throw a hammer over there. There we go. And we got tethered at the very end. But I got a couple extra kills with my hammers, which is something I like to do. It's always fun bapping hunters and warlocks in the face with flaming hammers. But we had a 3.7 efficiency, 37 opponents defeated, with 7 captures because it's control, and the name of the game is to, control the damn control zones. So if you're ever playing control, capture those control zones, Guardians. But yeah, this fusion rifle, it's pretty neat. That is my official response to this exact fusion rifle. It's pretty neat. I wish it had a better trait instead of Surrounded. Surrounded is okay on fusions in PvE. In Crucible, absolutely terrible. Because by the time that you have Surrounded procced, you are already so far up a certain creek without a paddle. You're just done for. And Handling Masterwork, nope. That ain't it. That ain't it, Chief. It's got to be a range masterwork. I would even take a stability masterwork over a handling masterwork in this because you just try to rein in that weird side-to-side recoil that this thing has. And it shouldn't even have side-to-side recoil. There you go. That's the Elatha FR4. That is the best fusion rifle we have. That's a legendary going into next season. So hopefully next season we'll get some more good fusions that are high impact frames, but we'll see. This one, it's decent. Hopefully you get a good one. They're impossible to farm specifically for, so it's just RNG on RNG on RNG. But that's it for this video. So if you liked it, leave a like on the video for me. I would greatly appreciate it. If you're new here, subscribe for more Destiny content, but don't forget to have a good day, everybody, and I will catch you all next time.